Hey guys, so I'm kind of under the crunch today. I have got a freeze coming in tonight. It's supposed to freeze this morning, it didn't, thankfully, because I didn't have time to come out here to the garden to deal with it. But I've got a bunch of plants to pick. I've got piles of peppers, jalapenos, and stuffing peppers, and all these peppers need to come up, the nightshades. I've got tomatoes over there. I don't know if you guys can see the tomatoes back there. They all need to be picked today. I have winter squash over there. We walk over here. You guys can see the snow coming at me. Behind me is the Cascades. So this is the southeastern part of Oregon. There's the Cascades behind me, and there it's snowing, and it's coming this way. So I don't think I'm going to get snow tonight. I don't know if it's going to get down to 5,000 feet or not. But jalapenos, it's going to get cold, and all this stuff behind me is going to freeze. Now, frozen vegetables do one thing, and that's rot. I suppose if you had frozen vegetables, you could make a stew if you did it immediately. But pretty much, if a vegetable freezes, there's no use for it. You toss it, unless you've blanched it and thrown it in the freezer as per plan. But if a vegetable freezes out here tonight, and I go pick it tomorrow, it's not really good for anything. So anyways, I got a bunch of work to do. I'm going to try to share that with you guys as this storm blows in. It was hailing a minute ago. I was able to pick a few things. It quit hailing, so I'm back out here. So I'll share the pepper picking and the tomato picking with you. If you want to watch that, if you think it's going to be boring, go do something else. It's your time. I just like to document this. Kind of makes it's kind of a fun thing for me, and some of you guys get a kick out of it. Some of you guys wonder, why is this guy wasting his time? But hey, that's me. So anyways, I'm going to start picking these tomatoes. Here, I'm going to pick any of these green tomatoes that I see a little rose on. I don't know if you guys can get you in this frame. A little rose on. These all get picked here. If they get a little rosy, there's a little, they get a blush to them, they'll ripen. If they don't get that blush, a lot of times they'll never ripen. Like this one probably will never ripen. But if they get a little blush to them, you can go ahead and pick them, and they'll ripen on the counter for you. So I've got a bunch of tomatoes over here need to be picked that the chickens haven't gotten to. Amazingly, some zucchinis that need to be picked out here. I don't think I'm gonna pick too many of these beans. I got plenty enough to do. And peaches, I gotta pick peaches. My wife asked me peaches and apples for her because she said she was gonna freeze them. Cool beans, I like that. So I got a few peaches need to come out. So anyways, I'll share that with you, some of it, guys. And if you want to watch that happen, it's going to happen probably fast motion, because I know it's probably not that exciting to see somebody pick tomatoes. Most of these little sweet cherry ones have already gotten picked because I like them. Anyways, that's the plans for today. jalapenos. Stuffing peppers. Roasting peppers. Yummy. This is the best. All right. So, let me focus. Pepperoncinis. I don't know what to do with all these guys. Okay, so I'm hiding under the tree because the hail, if you guys can see that, is coming in a little hard. I might have to stop picking tomatoes here. You see some greenish ones in there. Those will ripen there. They've got a little blush to them, so if they get a little blush, they will still ripen. You can see. Versus some of like this dark green one here, probably will never ripen, it'll stay green. So, hey, here's an update. Now I went with this patio tomato. Man, these things are prolific. They put on a pile of fruit. They did really well. I would suggest trying them. In my case, my biggest problem is those versus the ones that I trellis up. I actually get the ones I trellis up. The ones that are down here, this is what happens. Chickens come along, they peck them out. You can see another one, they just peck them out. As soon as they turn a little bit red, they peck them out and then they're done. They're chickens, they're bored, they move on to the next one. So there's a pile of waste. So next time I use these patio variety, look, just couple pecks and they're done. So the next time I use the patio variety, I will put a fence up. A lot of waste. There were a lot of tomatoes I didn't get. They were way easier as far as to grow. I didn't trellis them. I just let them do their thing. You can see I didn't even weed much, and they put on a lot of fruit. But again, the chickens just decimated them. They're in here faster than you can. You can't get them to them before the tomatoes or the chickens do. So a lot of wasted tomatoes out here.